Alright everyone, what's up? It is GleeCon here once more, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thanks for tuning in. What we have in store today is a continuation of yesterday's episode, our classic era completionist long play walkthrough where we do everything, not just every quest needed for progression, but I mean every single little thing. And we started Felwood yesterday on Alliance, and we're going to continue that today, so stay a while. Listen, as we take Lee Contessa back into Felwood. She started in Ashenvale because the Astronar flight path is easiest. It's pretty much even. I feel like it's a tiny bit shorter to hike from Astronar back into the southern hub of quests, which is where we are going today. Yesterday we didn't get a lot done. We kind of did some traveling in the outer world. We did the Ironforge quest, a sample of slime or a batch of ooze, something like that. Actually, we could look right now and see exactly what it's called on this or my spreadsheet. A little slime goes a long way, though. I was naming the horde ones, I guess. All right, so we did that one. We also went up here and killed some ironwood, tree bark. I don't know, some kind of those creeper guys, and they were called plant elementals or some kind of elemental. We got their crystallized blood, and then we brought it all the way back down to the girl down here, the Cenarian Druid, and she gave us the power to find corruption in Felwood if your eyeballs don't work, considering it's literally in every inch of the zone. So now when we kill mobs, they will drop shards of corruption. And we will also be looking with our fine minerals. We'll be looking for nodes because we want to complete these two quests 2 times each to satisfy our completionist itch. 1 time for the actual quest and 1 time for the repeatable version. You know, there is one thing about this zone that if I was playing on retail, I might lose my mind, and that is that there are actually... I'd have to really look up and see, but there are 3 or 4 quest ID codes for each of the repeatable cleansing quests. So there are 4 types of flowers. Each flower can spawn in multiple locations, and there are multiple quest IDs tagged to the identical quest. So instead of, say, cleansing a Songflower here, all being quest ID like 10751 or whatever. There might be 3 or 4 different quest ID codes. I have to actually experiment with that. It doesn't make sense that there would be that many, but also I could see it. I'm gonna go ahead and answer this in case it's worked. Sorry, guys. Probably spam. Hello? Hello? Dang it. It's the fake spam. Hello? It's that fake spam where they get you with like some person that says hello in this definitely like ChatGPT is learning kind of way, where it's like this, I'm gonna say hello with like a slight question and then leave this pause for you to fill the space, like, are we having a connection? Did I call the right person kind of thing? It's smart, and considering they spoof their number across all different, when they hit me with an area that's nearby me, they get me. So, sometimes it wouldn't matter, I guess, or I'll just let it go, but if I'm expecting work-related things, or not even expecting, I'm not expecting anything, but there's a distinct possibility that I get a call. There's some work goings on in the air right now. So I'm on work from home mode for a couple more weeks. So it's you know, I got to be on call essentially, and they get me. They get me, like, if like a Ohio or some state that I don't live in calls me, then I'll safely ignore it and go to voicemail. Anyway, that completely derailed me. So that's the real, honestly, the little things like that make me hate zones more than anything else. Most zones are all cool. Anyone that's a longtime watcher of the show knows my most hated zone thus far is Thousand Needles, because the Shimmering Flats has a clutch of quests that are essentially, even with fighting mobs 5 and 6 levels ahead of you, nearly impossible to complete at level. You have to get some massive help. Alright, so now we're going to scan. I'm going to do a quick little mineral search around here before going to fight the Jadefire Fellswarm and picking up Timbermaw Ally. Because we do need, if the mining is as bad as the herbalism, with only, I have not done this one before. So I don't know what the drop rate is going to be. I'm going to just go out on a limb and assume it's going to be bad. Also, you almost never see ore in, you see some in the little hold, but I'm hoping maybe if I go up in the mountains, but you like never see ore. I can't remember mining in this zone ever. So I don't know where this ore is going to even come from. But I felt like if we kind of, unless it's in those underground areas, if that's the case, oh man, we're going to be in for the opposite of a treat. I should have gone when we were in that cave and got that mithril. Oh, we didn't have the thing yet. Never mind. Okay, I feel less bad. Alright, I'm just going to go up to, like, or maybe around the Emerald Sanctuary. Maybe a pinch past it. Just to see. Maybe we'll find an ore node. I just kind of want to test it out. Maybe because the ore is so rare, it'll have a 100% drop rate. Liddy didn't really say. But the herb drop rate is terrible, but there are herbs. Although this is actually a good zone for herbing because it's not very full. There's not a ton of people that... The only reason people come here is to do Timbermaw rep grind at the top. That's really it. Nobody's... Or if you're there's one of those corrupted flowers. We just don't have a salve. Alright, I've decided to go all the way up to the river. Just to see. I'm just going to hit this side up, though. Also, we could have tested our fishing in this river. I cannot believe... Like, it makes me feel like, is my fine minerals broken or something? There's one. It's mithril, which is not anything special. Probably another reason why people don't come here, because you're going to do all this work hoping to find some mithril at this level. Oh. I did get a tainted vitriol, so that's good. I got a second one. Alright, so that's good. So that makes up for it. You do get a 100% drop rate, and really that means you're going to get from 1 to 4 every time. So considering we need a total of 8, that just means we've got to find a little bit more. We have to find 5 more. Most likely that's going to translate into 2 more ore nodes. Ore nodes? That's kind of a weird word. Alright, so ore nodes. Alrighty. So let's cut over. Now that I got one, I'm addicted to the success. So we'll cut over to this wall. To kill maybe the Jadefire while we're there. We can kill the Timbermaw after. Ooh! Some more thorium. Yes, please. I'll take some. Okay, so we have enough for 1 turn-in of the mining. And we got a piece of thorium. And our mining is small thorium, so... Alright, we need 3 more. So... Oh, there's it's a cleansed night dragon. We can pick this up if we want, because whoever cleansed it must just did it for the quest. They didn't pick up the item. Because once you pick it up, it disappears. Oh, I guess it doesn't. That's why everyone can grab it. That gives you Night Dragon's Breath. This is the one that I was mentioning. It just heals your health and mana. Oh, so that's good. It's like a health mana healer, but also it's on a separate cooldown. It doesn't share a cooldown with potions, so that's pretty good. Alright. I feel good that we found some ore. And we have to get up here, because this is where the Jadefire are. Can't get up from that way. I was hoping maybe I'd be able to luck it up. It's called Jadefire Glen. But yeah, so if I was doing a completionist on retail, where I'm really being tracked for that percentage of completions in the game, I've told you that's kind of one of my claims to fame, or it used to be. Now I suck. Alright, we don't need regular Jadefire satyrs. We need Fellsworn, Shadowstalkers, Rogues. Not the generic satyrs. There's a Fellsworn. We do need that guy. Dang it. Come on. I just don't want to fight him. So close. I also don't want him to run. Okay, good. He's not gonna. Alright, so what did he do? We need 11. Oh, just 11 of that kind. He just hit us with shadow bolts. So far, so. Okay. They're kind of densely packed together. Oh, no, I gotta fight two. I don't know what that curse does to me. Movement speed. Okay, good. He is out of. I can cleanse myself. See, I got a corrupted soul shard from that one. So that's good. Oh, like he's immune to. I guess he's a demon. He doesn't qualify for repentance. Not a humanoid. Yeah. Alright, so a dwarf rogue just came and joined in. We got a second soul shard. That's coincidence. The drop rate is not as good as that. Which, oh, okay. So we just got a bunch of people out here killing. Great. Alright, so let's go ahead and eat some food while we're here too. I want to have. I think we have some kind of really old food that we're sitting on still. We have those clams. Let's do it. Eat some clams to buff up. There's a Fellsworn right there. There's a couple of them, but I have to fight a regular satyr for it. So this, I don't know what this rogue is out there doing. All right, let's go for. I'm gonna go for the. Go for the Fellsworn first because those shadow bolts could be a beast, I'm sure. Oh no, he resisted my freaking stun. I mean, not my stun, my, whatever it's called, judgment. And now this rogue has decided to come join the killing. I don't know why he's here for that. We just need these guys. We don't need the right. Oh man, waste of mana. Alright. As we saw yesterday... No, that didn't happen. We do have this moon. I mean, we have those new little roots to take too, but I guess I'd drink water before I drink those roots. There we go. Got him. Alright, we have killed 5 already of the Fellsworn, but we are also in, Oh, I don't even know. We shouldn't even be here. We shouldn't even be here. Because the other ones we need are way up there. So actually, let's leave this little place. This only has potential Fellsworn. So I don't know why I came. Alright, we killed half of our Fellsworn. Now let's leave. And we're going to go back and do the Timbermaw Ally. Because the real camp is right there. Where Zavathras is. Yoink. It did let us look in the area to see if there was more ore. We can also turn in the first mining. I wish I could find one more ore in the meantime to get me the rest, because most likely it would get enough. But we're gonna go after. This is Deadwood Village. This is another. This is where you can farm for rep from the furbolgs. So this is also what makes Felwood just the biggest of cheeks. Is people are always grinding furbolgs. Always. You are never peacefully trying to just quest. Never someone passing through. And we will be one of those people, so I can't even blame them. You have to grind furbolgs in this area. Winterfell is... Winterspring is the absolute worst. Alright, so here we go with our guy, Grazle. Grazle? I think Grazle sounds better, but he looks like a Grazle. So Grazle is, or Grazle, is the one who is going to start us on our Timbermaw experience.
We are the last of the Furbolg race. The Timbermaw tribe remains uncorrupted, yet we face the same hostility from outsiders. Most believe that it is not possible that there could actually be Furbolg that escape the corruption. Angry at those that strive to make enemies too quickly, my brethren now attack any that draw near. They trust no one. But perhaps if you strive to make your presence peaceful with them, they might look upon you as an ally.
How can I prove myself to the Timbermaw Furbolg?
You must find a way to show that you are both fighting for the same side. Although the Timbermaw may attack you now, if you are diligent, you will find a way. You must remember that any attacks on the Timbermaw Furbolg directly will greatly hinder your chances of gaining them as an ally. A good place to start would be the Deadwood Furbolg found in many parts of Felwood. These Furbolg are the enemy of the Timbermaw tribe, and slaying them would greatly improve your standing with the Timbermaw.
Not any. Not all throughout. It's here and there. That's it. Timbermaw Ally.
The Timbermaw are the only Furbolg tribe to escape the corruption. However, many other races kill Furbolg blindly now, without bothering to see if they are friend or foe. For this reason, the Timbermaw Furbolg trust very few. Are you interested in proving yourself? Drive back the corrupted Deadwood tribe of Felwood. We may one day consider you an ally. You'll find the first Deadwood tribe, warriors, pathfinders, and gardeners to my west.
Okay, I'm an ally. Oh, I forgot. Did I not click accept? I'm an ally. You have to do this to really kick off the ability for feathers to drop. So we will do that. Timbermaw Ally is a neutral quest. It's the easiest quest in the zone, and this is how you get us started. We will do this on both accounts. So get ready for the first of 2 times. Now we just have to kill 18 Timbermaw. We're not going to spend a lot of time grinding in this area. There is a night song, which is one of the rare flowers to cleanse around here, but we don't have enough salve. Even if I turned in those vitriol that we just got, we would not have enough. It takes 4 to cleanse that. We need 11 total, like I said. Kind of chilling. This is a Timbermaw warrior. Seems pretty straightforward. Just, he was a little tough. Here's another one. Okay, blown up today. A little better RNG on my critting and everything on that. Got a Vengeance, got a Strength of Stone all at the same time, so pretty good. I need to be better about not... Oh, there's a Mithril right there, so let's go grab that bad boy. With any luck, it'll have at least 3 nodes. We'll be good to go. Nope. Oh, okay. Well, I can remove curses, actually, so... Getting this Curse of the Deadwood... No, I can't. Okay, cool. We got a 3rd shard. I forgot about those, too. That being another way. Well, you need 6 to turn in one of those. So, we need a total of at least 12, but... There we go. That's our 6th one. Dang it. So we're still one short. Of course. Isn't that just World of Warcraft for you? But at least any other node we find, we're going to be mandatory. Or, not mandatory. Automatically. There you go. We're mandatory reporters. We're going to report the corruption when we see it. There we go. 4 shards. I don't know if I want to fight a big old pack. I'll go for 2. So this has a gardener. I think the gardeners are like the healers. And they have a shovel. So that's cool. We'll wait. If we see them start to heal, pop over a stun on them. Or at least go for an execute. Go for an execute on our guy there. Now, I think these do count as humanoids. So yeah, they are humanoids, so that's good. And they use some kind of whatever that is, rebirth on themselves. Okay, so I think we are up to 5. One more, we'll have a corruption turn in as we grind. This is why I wanted to get all these beacons and everything first, because we'll get more than enough corruption shards for our travels as we go. We get tons. And every time we're down there, we can turn it in for Salve, and we can stock up on free food and buffs as we quest in this zone, and it'll probably last us for a while. Alright, so now we have enough to turn in 1 corrupted shard. These Pathfinders are like the hunters, they're sort of a ranged attacker. I wish there was... The one thing they don't drop is any kind of, or, like, juice for drinking. Come on. Come on. Wow, that was so low. Alright, I do not... I'm a little scared to pick up this path. Gosh, I wasted mana. Hate that. And they just pull out of your range just a little bit, and then I've already gone through my cycle and switched over to see the command. Let's see, what do we have? We haven't gotten any of the good, regular, normal eatings yet either. So that means we're going to be stuck. I think I can maybe pull one more. If I can pull this guy away without pulling the rest of his friends, then we will be good to attack those 2. Problem being, I don't have... There we go. The command to capitalize on the Judgment of the Crusader. Good. Okay, time to drink one of my moonberry juices. We now have 7 corrupted shards, so that's good. Alright, we've killed all the warriors. We don't need any of that, but we've killed almost none of the gardeners and pathfinders. So, we now have to go through to get those guys. Here's a pathfinder delivering himself. He's like a Uber Eats. You little jerk. I wasn't done drinking. That's rude. I feel like I'm like Roadhouse, like I'm gonna put my beer down on the table and go punch this guy out. Just like I've never done in real life. Alright, here's a gardener over here. You know me, just innocently decapitating gardeners. I mean, he's probably just mad that I'm over here tramping around. No. Can't let you heal, buddy. We don't need a warrior. See, that's a Pathfinder Gardener combo. Alright, we can go for that. We can go for the Pathfinder Gardener combo. Yesterday, I only did logistic, like, makeup stuff. I got it all caught up. My Alliance character is ready to start as Jara. I will finish up what I had to do with Horde today. And then I will maybe, moderate chance, I can cleanse curses. Poison, disease, and magic. So that's that stacking. Oh, it's 50% healing effects reduced. A different curse. The other things that were cursing us were giving us minus 25. Okay, we have 8 of those soul shards now. Well, I don't... Now healing is wasted on me, but I don't have good food. Like just generic, regular food. And I'm not going to waste my mana healing on that. Alright, what do we got here? We still need 2 Pathfinders, 3 Gardeners. There's a Gardener. I guess we's just going to go... Okay, maybe those people were... Oh, that's a Overlord Roar. I think he is part of the quest. I don't know if we're going to have to kill him or not. Okay. They used a hot instead. Alright. Come on. Cool. Alright, I think we can get through one more Gardener without having to heal. Hopefully this stupid curse will be worn off by then. Got him. And we got our 9th shard. Kind of hoping we can have 12 by the time we finish this little set. Probably not though, because we would have to have a 100% drop rate. Warrior, warrior, warrior. Dude is surrounded by warriors, so we're not going for him. I will go a little bit further down, even though there's a dude, a night elf, killing. But I just wanted to check to see if there's any ore in the vicinity. There's a Gardener way back there. Go for take a little stroll as we wait for that curse to finally wear off. And it gives us the opportunity to yeah, have a curse wear off. Look for it. There's another Gardener over there, but now we just need Pathfinder. We need 2. Is that a Pathfinder coming? Nope. That ding dong. Alright, I'm not going to waste a heal because we do need to find a couple Pathfinders that are ideally isolated. Pathfinders that are the most annoying as well because to isolate, since they are bow wielders, so you have to like LOS them if you want to make them follow you. Otherwise, we're gonna have to fight some non-essentials. I don't care about any of those guys. There. It's a rogue or a night elf. Oh, I never even thought about using. There's one. About using the night elf racial power while I ate. Never thought about that once in my life. Okay. 52 no mage. There's just always people here. Always boosting. I need to ignore these people. It blows up my chat with all the boosting. I did have a booster kind of sort of help me. There's a Pathfinder. Dang it. Wasted mana, but guess it's not so bad when it's our last quest. Choppy, choppy. Alright. We need some more Righteous Fury here. Got him. Okay. Good on us. We did not get enough for both, but we did get enough for one of both things. The mining and the corrupted shards. So we'll be able to have 4 salves. That will allow us to get some of our planting done. By the time we... What did I say we needed? We need 11. Yeah. Alright, let's go turn in this bad boy.
We suffer much from the evils of the past. Thank you for what you've done to help protect the Timbermaw. As a sign of our growing friendship, please accept this humble offering.
Alright, a cloth healer or mage type of armor. Or a mail. Well, I'm still rocking a mail belt. Alright, so this mail belt though is not as good as... Well, let's see. The 14 strength is definitely... so that's a little worse than... is better than 24 attack power. But the stamina... the 4 stamina, so I'd be basically trading 4 attack power for 4 stamina and 3 armor. What else was I gonna look? So it's basically like a side grade. It's kind of like a wash. I'm not going to do it. I'll stick with the slightly higher attack power and this to sell. Alright, so... oh, we do have a little bit more killing to do. So we did just beat Timbermaw Ally, and this is going to give us 2 quests to do. Speak to Nafian we can pick up.
Perhaps you are capable of handling a larger threat that we Timbermaw face. You certainly have shown yourself capable here. Another of my kind stands guard outside the entrance to Timbermaw Hold, along this road far to the north. His name is Nafian. While he may appear to be a feral and unsavory beast, fear him not. He only seeks aid against the malign forces that threaten our home.
Alright, so Nafian. This is a breadcrumb that will send you up way up there. We're not turning it in anytime soon. But he will also give us... So if you notice, it's a lot tougher. It's a higher level quest because they expect you to be higher level to go do it. But we can now also turn in the repeatable feathers for Grazle or Grazle. Each one of these guys wants you to do, pretty sure it's 5 we have to turn in. We'll read it in a minute. Yeah, 5. So now we're going to actually go back and kill, because we won't be killing Timbermaw organically. So we're going to just knock his... we're going to just do it one time, knock it out of the way. Everything helps with the overall rep grind. And now we can kill any that we want for this. That should allow us to get both of our... this should allow us to get our final 2 corruptions, so we can have both of those turning in. And if we get lucky, maybe we'll even get an ore spawn. We'll look for one more ore spawn. I cannot be cursed. Now that I realize what that curse does, that's worse than letting them heal themselves. Stupid jerks. Oh, we do have a well-fed buff we can go for again. No. Alright, so we now have an 11th shard. He almost pulled it on me again, where he does that little slight hitch in his step right at the last second to make me waste my judgment. Waste my steel. Almost. So they have, like, I don't know, I would say, there you go, there's a now they can drop feathers. Before, you'll notice, they didn't drop those. So once you complete that first quest, fighting 2 of them. Oh, keep that in mind. Oh, I did get a nice crit to... Ah, he got it off. Dang it. And this... Oh, this coming there. Alright, we got both a feather and a shard. So we now have enough shards to turn in what we need. But we do still need 3 more feathers before we leave this zone. Notice we are also gaining 5 rep per kill, or 6 rep every now and then, because we're really gaining 5.5 rep per kill. As we start the slow, we're still hostile. By the time you finish questing, we will probably be right up to unfriendly. Right, this is gonna be a little tricky. Okay, we pulled all 3. Not my best choice. I have to bust a potion out of this one. Might as well start. Oh, dang it. Okay. Oh no! And he's getting heals off too. And that healing effect, that potion did like nothing. Crap. Come on. Get this guy at least. Alright, I gotta bubble and get out of there. That was just a bad confluence of events. They hit me with the... I pulled all 3. They hit me with the curse to reduce the healing effect, so that basically made this potion do like 300 life. Potions are lame. We gotta burn through them anyway. Alright, let's see if the healing will help. Oh, even that wore off. What the heck? I don't know what happened there. Maybe they stripped me of it? I don't know. Go for well-fed. We just need 2 more feathers. That's at work shaman out here fighting too. Not the right person. Okay, at least the Curse of the Deadwood does not affect eating. That's good. We really didn't use a lot. We used one of these potions, which essentially did nothing. There we go. Another corrupted shard. And we need 2 more feathers, and then we'll leave this forsaken place. Alright, this time I will target the healer first, which is what I would have done if I knew I was going to pull out 3. Couldn't get it off. And they hit me with the curse. Jeez. Terrible. I got a harvest pumpkin, so that's a generic heal though. That's pretty good. And now we're gonna fight this warrior in the hopes we get fourth one. But as you can see, there's just never a downtime. There are always people hunting these furbolgs because they give you the rep. Now I do think maybe at a certain reputation these ones don't give you rep anymore. Might be all of them? I don't remember. There might come a time when you just have to turn in feathers or beads. Beads we'll get to later. That may happen. Orc Shaman is level 60. He's clearly out here just grinding rep. Whereas we are just trying to get our quest done for today. We, again, this is the easiest place to grind the rep. Like, if it's, like, these are just the easiest ones. They give the same rep as the other ones. If you're not worried about XP or anything, who cares? They're significant. Like, the ones in Winter Spring are like 10 levels higher than this. So, these are easier and quicker to kill if that's your business. Keep forgetting that. Get one. But we have competition right now from a few people. I do also hope we find another ore. I forgot about this little repeatable quest, to be honest. Forgot we were going to have to do it when I was doing my calculations yesterday. There's a zoom in for the people that like to see it close. Epic battle in action. Gnarly faced Deadwood warrior. And they're actually huge. Alright, we need 1 more feather. For my hat. A tainted rat running by. Alrighty. I feel it, Pathfinder. You're gonna be the one. Where are we at on, doing pretty good. If it's not the one, my feelings lied to me. Story of my life. Okay. like that. There's that Mark of the Chosen procking. This one. Oh, I like that trinket. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Alright, there we go. We are finally done with these bad boys. We should not have to kill... Oops. We shouldn't have to kill any of them ever again. Famous last words, but... Let's go ahead and also just see. Let's look around, and if I can get that last ore, I'd love to be able to turn them both in right now, just to check that box, and it would equip us with... right now we have 15. That would equip us with 8 total of the 11 salve that we need. I guess that's not gonna. Whether we have 6 or 8 doesn't really matter. All right, so we'll go back and turn in feathers to this dude, and then we will go turn in a few of those cleansing quests just to get some salve in our pocket in case we see some plants.
While you have proven yourself to me, you may need to continue to work toward proving yourself to the suspicious brethren of my tribe. To that end, I may be able to continue assisting you. Some of the Deadwood furbolgs wear a distinctive headdress that may be used as a means of proof in thinning their numbers. Bring me a feather from any headdresses you acquire. For every set of 5 you bring me, you will earn recognition amongst the Timbermaw. Well done, Gleekantessa. I will make sure that your deeds are known amongst my kind. Remember to bring any of the feathers you find to me. I will continue to accept them as long as necessary.
Alright, so that gave us 55 reps since we're human. And feathers for Grazle is now done. Picked up and done. A little more productive than we were yesterday. And we'll go talk to the Chica. One other swing for ore, just in case. Morlos Aran. I don't think we're going to get lucky. We weren't. The southern part of Feralis is not good for... I've not ever had good luck with the herbs down here. So far on this episode, I'm not finding ore down here. This is just not it. So I may have to run Nomergon today on my anniversary project that I do, and the idea, and I've already done it once on that character. Actually, I think I've done it twice. In order to run those stupid quests, but in order. That is such an unappealing concept to me that it's almost enough to make me quit the project. Time-consuming project, but the thought of the amount of time I'm gonna have to put into that stupid dungeon to do it makes me want to barf. Alright, that's it. Done looking for ore here. We'll come back for our second ore turn into her later. Alright, so we'll turn in Salvia hunting. Possessing a Cenarian beacon allows one to see a corrupted soul shard to those tainted beasts that are put down for the greater good. I grind shards into a usable reagent that goes into making Cenarian plant salve. We will use that salve to turn corrupted plants into healthy ones again. In exchange for these shards, I will give you some Cenarian plant salves I have already prepared.
Very well then, here are your Cenarian plant salves.
Just give them to me now.
Scour Felwood for corrupted plants, adventurer. Wherever they are, use the salve I have given you to purify them.
Like, why would you not let me help in the corruption now? Alright, so that's the first version of Cenarian plants, whatever it's called, cleansing, salvia hunting. The first one, this is the easiest way to get it regardless of your style, and then we will do the repeatable version. She says the exact same thing.
Very well then, here are your Cenarian plant salves. Scour Felwood for corrupted plants, adventurer.
So there's no new It's just a different, it's technically repeatable, it's technically a new quest ID, but we did both. All right, so Salve mining. If you possess a Cenarian beacon while mining in Felwood, you will be able to see tainted vitriol that corrupts a vein of raw metal. I know how to purify that vitriol and turn it into a reagent that goes into making Cenarian plant salve. You will then use that salve on plants you find in the wild that need saving. If you have collected any tainted vitriol, I will give you some Cenarian plant salve I have already prepared.
Very well then, here's some Cenarian plant salve. If you find more vitriol when you mine in Felwood, remember to hold on to it for me. The more of it you find, the more salve I will be able to make.
Alright, so we have 6 now. We do not have enough to turn in a second, because if you look at our bag, we only have 3. So we still have 1 more visit we mandatorily have to do to her. That's this one we just turned in. I'm going to go ahead and take all these off. We did mining. And we still need the other version. Alright, now one of the main reasons is there's a good spot right up here where the Jadefire are for where the Fellsworn are for finding the Night Blossom or whatever. The Night Blossom is the hardest one. Well, it's the rarest, most uncommon, and the Whipperoot or whatever it's called. Those are right there with it. So now we have the ability to go after those if we find them. The Windblosoom and the Songflower are super common, so we don't have to lament seeing those and then not having the salve to use them. But you will see just how unrewarding this questline is. Maybe we'll find another ore when we're up there and we can get that last one. Because if we have 8... this is going to take 4, so we're going to be down to 2 salve, which is enough to cleanse a common one, but it's not even enough for Whipperoot. Whipperoot takes 3, just messing up your... Here, we'll kill one of these Fellsworn over here. I don't remember where it's in either the south or the northern part of this, but there is a plant that spawns right in one of these clearings here. I'm gonna just face tank this Shadow Bolt. Okay. Kind of look to the down. Anytime I see one of these guys kind of isolated, yeah, we need him for quest anyway. That one's kind of near a friend, so I probably won't pull him. I don't see. Done that one. It must be. I think it's more up there. Okay, so I don't know. Excuse me. I guess these are useful enough that people really must like it. They are bind on equip. They're called demonic runes. They are good for casters. They restore from 900 to 1500 mana at the cost of 600 to 1000 of your life. So if you're not worried about your life, such as if you're maybe a warlock or a mage, but like when I get them on my mage, it's pretty cool because then you're like, oh, I can solo that. There is, nope, that's a sungrass. There's one that appears like right around here. I think that was that cleansed one, and then after a while it despawns, and then you have to wait for them to respawn, and they take a little while. So I think this one I should have known it wasn't going to be here. I just don't know the exact timing on the respawn time. So that one is out of the picture. We will, if we do not come across them organically, we'll look for them like intentionally with a map. By the time we hit the end of this zone, I'll hit up the couple spaces that I know they exist. Alright, that's a dream foil. Alright, so now we're going to go up to the actual Jadefire camp. Excuse me. Whatever, the Jadefire Satyr cluster. Yes, another thorium vein. That's fantastic, and that will give us enough to get that last little piece of vitriol. Although I'm not going to go out of my way. That's just one, but that's okay. So now we no longer need mining. Look, there is a cleansed night dragon, another one of them. So that's whatever. But we can grab more of these things right here. These little night dragon breath. They are useful. They heal that mana and health right in the middle of combat. Okay, so oops. I don't know why it's been doing that lately. Well, I do know why. It really wants an update, but I don't like that it pushes all my other apps to the side. That's very pushy of you, GOG. It will force minimize everything that I'm doing to make me update it. But I'm in the middle of a play session in the way that Grim Dawn works. It's like kind of like these other Diablo-style games where if I end my play session, everything respawns, and there's... I've got to get myself to a nice, like, spot. Alright, so we already have 6 salve. We have enough to turn in more, which will give us 8 salve. And then we need 2 more turn-ins. So that's going to most likely come from our hunting. So we need 9 more shards to be not having to think about the salves anymore. Jerk. Some delicious roasted quail. Yum yum. Yes, please. Actually, I'm not anti-quail eating, but it doesn't blow my skirt up. Oh, that poison is so annoying. Like a melee, anti-melee, but I guess it makes sense coming from a rogue. There you go. We got a shard. So that's a crippling shard. These little stealth ones are everywhere, and there he is. They're so annoying because when you try to pull any of the other ones, they're gonna pop in. Look, there's a Fellsworn one, so he spawned in. We'll get him next. So we need a decent amount. We need 30 guys. So we need Zavathras as well. Okay. Come on. I just don't understand the concept of, like, I know you digitally have to have a certain amount of swings per minute, but I can't just imagine as a person stands there stunned and I'm just standing there with my sword. It reminds me of this, there's some people I saw on Reddit. I guess they do, like, TikTok videos or YouTube videos. I don't think I know. But they basically, they try to act like there's a rogue, as opposed to being a shadow stalker, I guess. He just joined me in. So I'll show you what one of these bad boys does. So see, it's on a different cooldown than... He's trying to cripple me. He succeeded. Okay. But the spawn rate is crazy. Also, there are a couple recipes that really just drop a lot, I suppose. Use another one of those potions. See, that time it held well. I feel like last time it didn't get anywhere. Alright, we got another soul shard at least. Let me step out of the way a little bit of those guys. And eat another one of our clams. Okay, so what do we still need here? We still need 2 Fellsworn, 6 Shadow Stalkers, 8 Rogues, and Zavathras himself. No worries. No worries, mate. I've been trying to work on my Australian accent lately. I know my accents are not the best, but Australian is really one that I struggle with. In my head, I sound really good. And then I listen to recordings of myself, sometimes like on this show or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I am not good. People do really love my Irish accent, but when I was on my trip, one of the places we stayed at was a town in Maine called Portland. And we stayed there for a few days just eating and drinking all of the delicious restaurants. It's a really big restaurant and bar town. Went to a lot of cool places, but there was one bar we would return to each night. It's kind of one of my wife and I's favorite things to do when we go on trips. Is just it's a success of a trip for us if we go someplace for a few days and we find a bar with a bartender that we really like, and then that becomes like our home base, a place that we get a couple drinks at every day. And we found that when we were in Maine, and it's really cool. But one of the nights that we were there, after we had been there a few times and gotten comfortable, was there were a couple bartenders, and they were having kind of like a dueling impress me with drink off, like try to convert me over to these different types of drinks. And one bartender had a very similar taste profile to the things that I like. So the things that they were suggesting were just easy to drink for myself. And I was overserved. And by the end of it, at some point in the conversation, there was a couple other people that were sitting at the bar too, and they were, all just part of the process, and it was a good old time we had. But at some point I broke out the Irish accent, and the other people that were drinking loved it, were over the moon. They loved the Irish accent. But I'll eat that ham steak too. The bartenders, who were, probably mostly sober, they were not. they were not. So everybody else was egging me on to keep going all night. They just loved it to death, and bartenders like, oh my gosh, just shaking their heads. It was a good. It was a fun time. It's one of those things where like, oh man. In the moment you think you're so funny and cool. Other people might think you're funny and cool. But I guess sometimes you're not as funny and cool as you think. At least I am. Okay, so how are we at 9 shards? Alright. If we get this guy, this will be our last Fellsworn. I'm reluctant to finish off one category because these dudes cluster so close together. There's another thorium vein up there. We're gonna make our way over to that thing for sure. We still need 5 Shadow Stalkers, 5 Rogues. I don't know why there's so much sneakery going on in this place. Okay, we do not need any more Jadefire. We're also keeping our eyes peeled for any of these flowers. And like I said, those Shadow Stalkers love to be everywhere. You think that these things are open. They are not. There he goes. So they probably have Shadow Stalkers sitting in them. And lots of them. I just remember when I did this on my accounts, I would just constantly be like, dang, now I'm fighting more Shadow Stalkers. There's more. There's another one there. There's another one. And as you saw, like, the respawn rate is insane. I mean, the corrupted shard rate is pretty good. 10. Most of the time, when you have to fight like stealth people on a quest, you're like hunting them down, popping whatever you can to find them. Not on this one. Just assume you're gonna find way more than you want. We haven't even gone over to kill Zavathris or whatever. We will go after we get that thorium vein. Just kind of leisurely making my way over. I do not want to fight. I pulled the Fellsworn too, dang it. Want to kind of try to LOS him a little bit. Then try to get this guy. Oh no, I pulled another one. Come on. I'm using another one of these potions. Now I kind of want to burn through them. Yeah, I'm going to bubble and run. Abort this situation because I don't want to fight that. The Fellsworn does nothing for me. Are you kidding me? Okay, you jerk. They really pushed me quite hard. Alright. Alright, let's eat this quail. And then we'll go back in and try that one again. We need 3 Shadow Stalkers, 4 Rogues. Also, we should probably stop screwing around and get Zavathros because he probably has a couple guards that are... We're lucky. Some of the people I just mentioned, in all likelihood. We're gonna have to kill extras. Alright. Alright. Love that thorium. Oh, when we can get 2, even better. Okay, there is a rogue. You roguey. And I did not pull the Fellsworn, so... Good job by me. Ouch. Stop gouging me. The price gouging. Get down. Okay. I think we have time to finish this quest and go back and turn in. And so we will have... We turn in 1 more, that will be up to 8. If we get 12... So if we get 2 more, we will have enough... salve to go hunting for every plant that we want. So we can do a... we can kind of be aggressive with our plant hunting. And we might spend some time doing that for a little while. We're also going to go... We do have to get these entropic things. I might want to go do some plant hunting and go up for the... I don't know. We'll see. We could also start the Jadefire little line of quests as well. Okay, so here's where we gotta kind of be... Alright, if I pull that rogue, it's okay. Yeah, I wanted to go around him because... I would probably have pulled the Fellsworn with him. What in the Bitcoin? Currently at least 3 members... At 3 members, this is Carl from ATHF. The old regulars is recruiting currently at 3 members and growing strong. 1 is female. Like me, you probably missed out on the .com bubble. And buying Bitcoin 15 years ago. Come get it on the ground floor on something before it's too late. Somebody says, what in the Bitcoin? It's what in the Doge hell. There you go. What they say. This is what chat's got going today. I like that. But I look fat in this guild. I can't get rid of that name. I can't quit this, even though it's just me. I did have somebody else that was like, hey, you can come join my guild. It's just me. Like, hey, I'm in a just me guild. Okay, I don't want to fight that Fellsworn. Did get a corruption. If I was like a gnome or something, maybe I could have made it through that little crack. So I don't really understand all the gnome hatred. I've never been a gnome hater. But when I was doing some winter, spring, winterfall tribe, trying to complete that quest on my alts, on my mains, whatever you want to call it, on the Trailblazers, it was just packed full of freaking gnomes. And I did start to feel little twitches in my brain of gnome hatred. And I was like, oh, I get it now. This is why everyone hates gnomes. You better make them all convert to trans, or you are committing a hate crime. I'm gonna make them all convert to trans so I don't commit a hate crime. I don't even understand people. Alright, unfortunately we have to kill this dude right here. Okay, I guess I'll pop a little heal off of myself. Mana's a little low. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and fight Zavathras. Hopefully he only has just the one ally. So we got him there, I love that. Okay, so now I can pull Zavathras off the side a little bit. We killed the extra Fellsworn. I hate killing things I don't need to kill. I think for a horde, you actually have to come and get this water right here. I think it might be a little different. I don't know if you have to kill these satyrs as alliance. I'm pretty sure you just have to come get this water, so it's a little easier. Cool, and that was our 12th shard, so we now have enough to turn in for all the salve we need. So then we just have to look for one copy of a plant. We'll turn in extra as we get it, just in case we see extra plants. People are... Oh, I'm not even... I gotta be better about paying attention to my buffs lately. Alright, so that was our last rogue. We just need one Shadow Stalker. First time for everything. I don't think I've ever had to hunt these before because... Hear you. I want to get a new mod that keeps my buffs, like, not sitting up there. That shows me my relevant buffs, like, down here or something. Or I suppose I could just put those... I could make those appear, like, somewhere else, like, on top of my bar right here. Something like that. Because I need to be better about noticing, not just in this game too, in Grim Dawn I'm having a similar thing where... Grim Dawn, what I don't like is the spacing of the cooldowns. So much stupid cooldowns in that game. I will... Alright. So we have now killed all of the Jade... or Jadefire, or as the computer likes to say, Jadefire. Alright, and now we need to look for plants to cleanse. I think that's what I want to do with the rest of my time here today. Let's find some plants to cleanse. So let's go turn in and get ourselves, and see if we can find... The corrupted whipper root is a little annoying to find, but I do know I've never had a crazy... Oh, see, there is some stealth ones we just ran through. Keeping my eyes peeled as I run pell-mell through the Jadefire camp. But as you saw, like, this is what gets me in trouble is with our production is I might get, on a good day like yesterday, I think I maybe completed 5 quests offline. So today, based on the sheet, you know, we've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna go turn in another couple, 8, 9, maybe those plants, if we get some plants. Like, there's a world where we complete like 13, 14 quests today. So, that's as much as I do in half of a week offline. And we did that in 1 episode. This is where we get behind and why I need to do, partly why I have to do so many of the lore videos. Well, we also need to cover the lore, and I really, really enjoy doing them. So that's another part of it. But it just gives me the time. I believe it's going to be a lot better once we hit retail. That should offer a different experience for us. Okay, there's a corrupted Windblosoom. And there's a mithril deposit, so we can get some more vitriol. Let me just shake this guy. Dang it, I kill it. You're making me do this, wolf. I did not want to. Try to run from you. You're forcing my hand. His face is sick looking with all its gross corruption all over it. And he gives me a bunch of trash clogging up my bin. I don't want his wolf meat. I don't want his furry, mangy hide. Normally I would maybe save that, but since we are about to have all the salve we need, let's turn in one. Corrupted Windblosoom. You found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a Windblosoom plant. The berries that hang from the plant appear rotten and poisonous. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it is to be turned back to normal. You apply 2 Cenarian plant salves to the Windblosoom. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. Now, when you get this, so there's a cleansed Windblosoom. Now it will stay free for everyone to loot for a couple minutes. It gives you Windblosoom berries, which is just restores a pretty solid amount of health. Better, and gives you 10 stam. So they're pretty decent. Like, it's pretty much one of the best foods you can find. Let's go ahead and mark off that we did that quest. So we got this Windblosoom. Freaking. I'm trying to do one thing, you stupid wolf. You don't want to fight more wolves. Come on, guys, help me out. I thought that thing was coming to help. Silly me. Alright, so... got that bad boy done. Let's turn in our, hey, we killed the satyrs mission.
Goddess bless you.
Thanks.
Ridding Felwood of Zavathras is only the first step in a long process. It will take much work to repair the damage that has been done here. I sense that there is something much larger than just the satyrs at work here, but we will only know the truth with time.
Yes. That sounds very good. Okay, so the corruption of the Jadefire is now done. We've completed that quest. Alliance quest done. Cool. Alright, and she will now give us further corruption.
A second encampment of satyrs threatens the land of Felwood towards the north, led by the cruel Zaverick. The vile betrayers and tricksters feed upon the corruption of the native creatures of Felwood. Zavathras and his minions were only part of a larger plan, to cultivate a corrupted moonwell and then provide the spoils to Zaverick. Now that Zavathras is out of the way, finish this task, adventurer. Head to the north and defeat Zaverick.
So that's actually kind of cool from a lore perspective if you think about it. So we went over there and they were at this little thing and they had corrupted a moonwell. And if you think, the moonwells are the source of all of this arcane power. And that is what the Burning Legion are drawn to. So by corrupting a moonwell, they can maybe possibly be starting to, well, one, propagate corruption throughout the land, but two, their ultimate goal would always be to bring back Sargeras. That's the Burning Legion's mission. And their real leader is Zaverick, another one up here. So now we have kill another group of guys, tricksters, hellcallers, and betrayers, and Zaverick. Zaverick will lead us to a quest, so that is something we will be doing on the next episode that we do. We just have a few that we're going to do today, and I'm going to spend that trying to go out and get, what's it called? Further corruption? Did I add that to our list? No, I did not. Okay, so this is the small mini quest line that is Alliance specific that we're working on. So first, let's go down and give some more salves. We have enough to turn in 2 more salves from mining and 2 more salves from hunting. And then we can go out and look for Night Blossom, Whipperoo. We have enough for everything now.
Very well then. Here are your Cenarian.
We'll just turn those in. We already did them.
Scour Felwood for corrupted.
And then we can do the repeatable Salve
Wherever
mining.
they are,
She
use
says the
the
same
salve
thing as
I've given you
before.
to
No new
purify.
dialogue.
Very
And-
well then. Here's some Cenarian.
Okay, so
plants
now we're
out.
just all
If you
chock
find
full. We
more
have
vitriol-
12 science things, and we've already done that. And we have also now completed this repeatable one. Okay, so that one's picked up and turned in. So quite a lot of quests done today, but don't worry, we are going to get rocked and walloped with some serious grind in our future. So it feels like we made all this progress and we've completed all of Southern Feralis. That's true. But we will work on the Jadefire quest line next time. And that is going to take us probably the entire episode. I don't even know if we can finish it in one. It's pretty intense. Pretty cool. Actually, very close to the Emerald Sanctuary up around here. Sometimes there's a Whipperroot spawn. So we're going to go look for that. And if not, sometimes other flowers spawn. We already found the Windblosoom there. But sometimes you find a Whipperroot around here. Just kind of keep your eyes peeled. They don't appear with herbalism, unfortunately. I think that's dumb. Here's a corrupted Songflower, so this is the other very common one. We can get this one out of the way. You found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a Songflower plant. A pungent, unhealthy odor emanates from the plant. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it's to be turned back to normal. You apply some Cenarian plant salve to the Songflower. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. I like this one. Oh, I guess. So what did it do for me? Oh, now we have to go for the cleanse one. There we go. So now it's cleansed and pretty. What a beautiful little plant. And it gives you a 1 hour buff that gives you plus 15 to all stats and 5% critical. Fantastic, fantastic buff. And it's nice that it lasts for an hour. It just does not, you don't carry it with you. So it's, I guess, maybe if you wanted to do that, they're common to find. I would just make the argument, like, maybe if you could store it in that little capacitator gizmo thingy that people use all the time. Alright, so we're going to see if we can get lucky and find a Whipperroot and a Night Flower, whatever they're called. I don't think any of them appear. There was no Whipperroot in the typical Whipperroot spot. There's only maybe 4 or 5 Whipperroot spots on the whole map, and there is only maybe 1, or no, like 3 Night Song, Night Dragon, whatever they're called. So we're gonna go back and see if our night one has respawned. The Night Song takes 4. The Whipperroot takes 3. So 7 total. We do have 10. So if we found any more, one of them gives a tuber, that's what I've been looking for. Maybe that's the Whipperroot. We're gonna go back up here and see if our Night Song has respawned. It'll kind of give us an idea too of how long they take to respawn. I think it's up here in this clearing. Yes, a Whipperroot. Awesome. So we've got a Whipperroot respawn. We just kind of need to. So sometimes it's a Night Dragon, whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to work my way around. 2 of them are following me. Only 1. Oh, they both are sticking around for the fight. Luckily, we have that 5% crit right now. Great. Okay. So back we go to this guy. Oh no, I just spawned another one. Dagnabbit. I'll blast another potion out. Because I'm kind of trying to burn through those. I bought me an inventory spot, I believe. Already filled it up with some trash. Okay. Just making sure I'm not sitting on trash. Looks okay. And we have True Silver. I mean, I'll still do it for the Vitriol. True Silver is not terrible to mine anyway. Get out of my face. Alright. So let's see if we can get to the Whipperroot without unnecessary extra fights. Up to Whipperroot. You have found a sickly, corrupted version of what appears to be a whipperroot plant. The visible roots of the plant appear tough and leathery, and a slimy film hangs from the plant. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it's to be turned back to normal. You apply 3 Cenarian plant cells to the whipperroot. It immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. Okay, and boom, now you get this green version. And I think we might... No, we don't have any of those either. Okay, so that gives you the whipperroots. This is also... It's kind of like this bad boy, the Night Dragon Breath. It shares this... cooldown with that. Heals. Insta-heal. It just does health, though, not mana. It's true silver as well. Getting the vitriol. Okay, so all we have left is the toughest one. Unfortunately, it did not spawn. I believe if Whipperroot is right there, I thought there was a Night Dragon that would spawn at the southern part, maybe, of this. That's Grom's blood. Which I think is underrated way to level your alchemy. Maybe it's down over there. I'm pretty certain there's a Night Blossom that spawns in this vicinity. I don't see it. Alright, I guess I'm wrong. Maybe it's just the Whipperroot and I'm getting them mixed up. Seems unlikely that one of each would spawn close by. Alright, so up. We will look, we'll just kind of scan around. I know there is one that spawns right at the entrance to the Jadefire area. We're just going to do a scout mission. We're not going to go full on into the Jadefire area because we'll have plenty of time with that tomorrow. But I'd like to... Did I mark that Whipperroot quest off? No, let's do that too. Night Dragon will be the last one we do today, but it might take us... We might not get lucky. We might not see it today. We can also look at a map to find out... I don't know every single spot because I've generally found them... had decent luck finding them on my own, as we've been doing right now. Those couple spots down here, I confirmed those with looking at a map of the spawn points, and then I've never really had to go much further. Organically, because you spend so much time in Jadefire, I found the Jadefire ones on my own. I mean, they're hard to miss. It's not like I was being Dora the Explorer or anything. Knew I was going to aggro that stupid wolf. Alright, I don't see... Oh, there's a thorium. It's even better. It's even better than finding the root, man. Thorium is where it's at. We're at 296 mining too. That's pretty good. Endgame level mining there. Okay, we got 2. Love it. We only have 7 thorium. It just feels like we keep finding stuff and then it's like, oh no, you don't really have enough to do anything with anything. Alright, I don't want to mess around with all these stealthed guys back here when I'm not even 100% certain that there is right here, I'm pretty sure there is a plant, there is a night spawn, or maybe it's a whipperroot spawn right around those lakes. Let's go check those real quick. Even though we just walked by them, I think I was on the other side. I just remembered that. Pretty sure around those lakes there's one. Don't remember which of the 3 little lakes has it, but it's like right on one of the little baby, or pools, I guess, one of the little baby pools. Notice there's no inns in this zone. There's no place to set your hearth. There's no place to be safe in Felwood. We are level 56. We're not really gaining a lot right now, but I anticipate us really jumping up a lot, especially once we start grinding those furbolgs. In finishing this zone, my Horde character got to 60. So I have my first classic era 60. I have not grinded it to 60 with any of my other accounts since back in the day. So that was a pretty celebratory moment for myself. And my mage is at 59. We are significantly lower. I guess I do a little bit more grinding on those accounts, which we don't have to do. It happens with a lot of the back and forth, the scouting I do. Alright, well, I don't see any in these two areas. So maybe I'll check this third thing, but I might have just been flat out wrong. Or I don't think I'm wrong. I know I'm not. It just might be not spawned there right now. Alright. No worries. Okay, we're gonna just do one more run into we're not one more. We'll do one run around Jadefire. And I think that'll be where we wrap it for today. Yeah. Just to see if we can wrap up the cleansing, and then we will have essentially done the entire cleansing storyline. So, storyline of cleansing the different plants. Then next time we'll really focus on the Jadefire. That'll take most of us, and then we'll have one other mission. We'll have one other day where we can really press forward into getting the entropic beast, the rest of the satyr, and walking up and doing that. So I anticipate like maybe 2 episodes worth of content before we start the grind. The Timbermaw grind is for real. And I'm on the fence about whether or not we do Winter Spring. The Winter Spring part, I think I do want to make a suicide run through it. Because when we get to that far, because all of that will go towards our rep grind, and then we can come back and fly back here and continue the real grindy part. So we'll do an episode where we're actually just working on the Timbermaw and starting our grind up the quest. Okay, so in this area here, this is Jadefire. This is going to be our life for the next episode. This little area. There are probably places where you can get plants around here. There's certainly Windblosoom, Songflower that spawn. Look, there's another Songflower in case we need to increase our buff. The Windblosoom spawns there very frequently. Yep, there it is. Pretty much always there. Nobody gives a crap about it. Nobody wants to kill a bunch of guys for it. These guys will aggro on. There's a lot of them. It's very hard. We need to kill them anyway for a quest. Look, there's another Windblosoom, so it's the opportunity to get stuff is real. But back there, you frequently can find a night whatever. So up here in this corner, oh, it's a whipper root. Dang it. Maybe it shares a spawn spot, but there's normally let's see, what's the last one called? Let's see, let's look at the map. Corrupted Night Dragon. So if we look for maps of it, yeah, it shows you. This is not even WoW Classic, but there's the only other 2 spots, so we just checked 2 spawn spots up there by Zavaris or whatever, and in this fell little area. Those are kind of annoying to find. So let's look at this quest here. Let's see what the comments say. Up. Yeah, it is not really. There is a better map that I saw. No, this isn't the better map. Yeah, this shows just those 4. Night Dragon's Breath. Okay, so the Night Dragon's Breath is maybe there is still a chance, because that's Whipperroot. I'm a little too far over. I very frequently. There it is. I see it. Okay. We'll fight this guy just for. Now we need to clear our way over to it. It's another corrupted well. It's right there. Let's say I thought there was one right by the entrance. But there it is. And we're gonna start collecting rune cloth, which is great. Quest turn-ins. Let's get. Which one should we go for? Let's go for this guy. The adepts are annoying anyway. And this is helping us start the 20 guys we need to kill for this quest. You can get them all in the exterior without going in the dungeon, so. Alright, fantastic. Let's clean the corrupted night dragon. You have found a sickly corrupted version of what appears to be a night dragon plant. The fruits that hang from the plant appear rotten and poisonous. It desperately needs some sort of attention if it is to be turned back to normal. You apply 4 Cenarian plant salves to the night dragon and immediately begins to shed its corrupted form, blossoming into a vibrant and healthy plant. And we have done it. Now it turns green and pretty. And we can get the cleansed night dragon now, which will give us more of these night dragon's breath, which are decent because they give us mana. Alright, we're going to now tuck ourselves back in here to be safe. This is where we're going to rest today, because there is no resting zone in Felwood. Wanted to jump up and be on top of that little roof. Maybe the game doesn't want me to. Okay, I still think we'll be okay back here. Alright, everybody. So, let's X that bad boy off. Do our corrupted night dragon. We have completed the corruption set of quests and done a pretty solid amount of work. Yeoman's work today. Again, tomorrow we will work on exploring Jadefire proper, and there's a few quests that will see us going back and forth into that dungeon. So that's probably going to be our entire episode. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have some work things I actually have to go in. So I'll do a shorter lore one tomorrow. So Saturday we will do Jadefire proper, and then Sunday we'll probably wrap up the zone with everything except the grind to kick off next week. Thank you everyone so much for watching and listening and tuning in to me and Glee Contessa and her adventures through Felwood. If you like what you saw, check out the Patreon page. We have Assassin's Creed 2 kicking off. We've done all lore, same kind of treatment, everything with the Assassin's Creed 1 and all of the associated mobile and portable games that go with it, all of the art books and side content that dropped at that point in time. And we're finally about to kick off Assassin's Creed 2 proper starting next week. Also shoot me a like, a subscribe, and a comment. Your enjoyment of my material really helps keep me going and puts a little warm spot in my heart for this great project that we have endeavored to complete. Thank you everyone for your time with me. Another episode in the pipe, 5x5.